And we are back this month. Pride Month is over and we are back with July and we are bringing you your Purple Pants Premonitions. We gave you some time off. Sometimes you have to press the reset button. Sometimes you have to unplug it, wait 30 seconds and plug it back in. And then the light comes on. And just like that, we are back with your July's Purple Pants Premonitions. Let's welcome back to the podcast the one, the only, the moon to my sun, the
Yeah.
stars to my solar eclipse. Let's
Yeah.
welcome back Gangsta Gary.
It's good to be back. It's been a couple of months since I've seen your face. How have you been?
I've been good,
Yeah.
I've just been kind of like just maintaining in a little bit of a funk, but
Yeah.
trying to not allow because I will allow myself to stay in a funk. It is a place that I am familiar with,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, okay, I could be in this. I know how to do this. So it's really kind of like really trying to train my mind
hmm
to not allow me to go there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I can have negative thoughts, but I also can have positive thoughts. And I also could lend more to my positive thoughts. And maybe that's not a place that I tend to stay at. Maybe I stay in the negative. So it's like really just trying to be intentional with kind of keeping my spirit and my mind in a positive place because it's just sometimes it's easy to go dark.
And it's easy to stay there as well. I was about to say you need to get the hell about my house because you sound like you've been in my house for the last 6 months. I was about to say even with the last Purple Pants Premonitions, like Gary was here, but like she wasn't here. I don't know if
Mhm.
she's been here all year, if we're being honest. And no tea, no shade when you talk about just like being stuck in like that negative place or like being in kind of like that pessimistic like point of view. It really does take a lot of effort and a lot of energy. And I think it also is kind of just like letting people in your life that you trust know that you're there to help kind of like shoulder the weight if you can allow yourself to let those people in. And sometimes that's hard, but it sounds like you've been floating along and trying to make it do what it do. Can you believe that we are halfway through 2023?
It is crazy. I'm like, well, first of all, it's July and it's not
Yeah,
feeling like it's July. It's feeling
yeah.
like it's April with all of this rain. But sometimes uh do you know the artist Nivea?
Uh-huh. I was
Th-
wait, child, I almost started singing the wrong song. I was like, taste my ice
That's all
cream.
right. Come and get a that's JS. But
That's just
yes,
right.
Nivea's second album is called Complicated,
Okay,
and she
yes.
has an interlude on that album called Rain. And it's
Mm.
like sometimes when we're in the darkest place and rain comes, it kind of like purifies and cleanse our souls. So I really feel like Mother Earth with this rain and these thunderstorms, I really feel like she's like cleansing us and saying like y'all dirty, y'all need to wash it, y'all need to get it on out. So
That's a
yeah.
word. It has been, I was about to say, because it has been a rough last couple of years for everybody. So, and everybody's been going through it, people struggling, people stressed out. So, I definitely feel like it's like a moment of cleansing and like recalibrating for hopefully a sunnier back half of 2023. Because I don't know what this first couple 6 months was doing, but she can move on. Basta ya. Okay. Enough already.
Yes.
Oh, but I'm so glad to be back doing the Purple Pants Premonitions for July. I've missed the Purple Pants podcast family. I was telling Spicy Bryce before I hopped on, I was like, baby, I am rusty. It's been a very long time since I've done this. Pull cards or anything. She hasn't been there, but something was just like, I promise you, and I haven't even told you about this, maybe like 2 or 3 nights ago, I had a dream, and I had a dream that I was like pulling like tarot cards, which I haven't dreamt about, touched in
Mm.
probably like months. So I was like, all right, your spirit is saying it's time to like go ahead and get ready. So we about to see what's going on for the month of July. Maybe that was a premonition that the month of July is about to be a little, a little spicy with the spirituality. You never know. But for those of you that are new to the Purple Pants Premonitions family, the Purple Pants Premonitions posse, okay, we got cards falling down already. What I like to do is basically give us a forecast as to what we can expect throughout a specific month. So what I have right now is a deck of cards that I have on back stock, and I was just shuffling to see what came out. So I have no idea what we. Okay. So I'm looking at what we got for us for the month of July, And based on what I'm seeing at first, the first card that popped up is this light card. Can you see that,
Mm-hmm.
Bryce? Okay, perfect. So this light card popped up. And as you can see, it came up in reverse. So it's just like, are we reaching to the light or are we reaching towards the darkness? Is where it kind of like makes me like focus right now. Like we have been in a space of feeling very dark, but we know that the light is on the opposite side of the picture. This literally goes with everything that we were just discussing around being pessimistic. Maybe you're optimistic. Are you a glass half empty type of person? Maybe you could start trying to be a little bit of a glass half full type of person. Like, how do you focus on the light in the month of July? Is I think the overarching question that I want you to step into the month of July with. Like, are you somebody that's more accustomed to being frustrated or overthinking things or thinking negatively? Or are you the type of person who sees yourself being optimistic, being hopeful is the word that came to mind. July may bring, this is like the back half of the year. We can, crumple up first half 2023. Maybe there's a month you want to throw away and maybe you can start over again. Because I know what is given. You went through, okay, so the card is speaking. You went through an emotional loss. You've
Mm.
been through some sort
Mm.
of emotional loss
Mm.
recently. Whatever that means for you, whether that is you have just been being, let's keep it real. I'm gonna always keep it a buck. I've been depressed, okay? I've been depressed. I've been anxious. I've been trying to figure out like what's going on with like my mental health, trying to get like the appropriate diagnosis. And that causes stress. You know what I'm saying? Like in my body, in my existence. And trying to understand that, like, okay, like I'm feeling emotional about all these losses. Like my life is not what I thought it was going to be. But is that okay? Like, can you be okay with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe this is an opportunity for something brand new to come your direction, but allow yourself to feel your emotions. Okay. There's something that you all have lost. How do you get it back and allow it to not make you feel mentally conflicted? So, as we have here, the mental conflict card comes up. It's got the number 2 at the top. So, when I see this, it makes me think about how we process our brain, like how we process things in our brain. Like, we have to make a decision right now. And I think that sometimes the decision that we make when it comes to our mental health, when it comes to the way that we see ourselves, we tend to think and skew towards the negative. And it's telling you to let go of that. It's telling you to let go of whatever's been holding you back emotionally, whatever's been holding you back mentally, and allow yourself to like hold on to the light. Is this clicking for you? Is we clicking
Mm.
up, we clicking down, what we giving?
It's clicking right on target. I feel like for the month of 2023, I have been going through an emotional loss that I feel like I've been trying to like put it to the back of my mind, not really deal with it, not really, but like I also have just, within the last couple of weeks really come to the
Yeah.
decision that um maybe that space in my life is no longer needed, and maybe, and again, sometimes I feel like I'm real good at like saying like people come into your life for a reason, season, and I'm real good at spitting that off and telling that to somebody, but I am very bad at receiving it for myself.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe that somebody that I thought would be in my life for my entire life, that maybe we've come to the end of our season. And so I've
Mhm.
really been just dealing with that. And it's been hard because I feel like sometimes um when I allow myself to partake in things that
Mhm.
would I feel like that is when the emotion comes up,
Yeah.
and I don't normally deal with it in like this present state of mind, and so I've been really
Mhm.
trying to be one, I've tried to exhaust all options, and because I really want to clear my conscience to say like
Mhm.
it's not me, and I like like it's not
Yeah.
me, and really living in the moment that it is other things that
Going
are not
on.
right, that are not in my control, and all that I could do is be myself and have nurtured that plant, but sometimes plants die.
Okay. And sometimes they have to be reborn again. I was also about to say sometimes the plant that you bought is not the plant that it ends up being and it does whatever else. And that also brought me to the question, like, because I know for me personally, it's been a lot of just like looking at myself. Do I recognize me?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at me and do I see that same person that's always looked back at me? Or is this a different version of him? And like, how do I talk to him? How do I deal with him? And how do other people see him as well? Because they may still see the same person that we've
Mm.
always seen.
And
Go ahead, talk about it. Because I know you got something to say.
I that just really resonated with me because I feel like over these past couple of years, right?
Yeah,
I feel like I have grown, I've matured,
yeah,
aged.
yeah. Seasoned.
I've
Okay.
seasoned, and I feel as though some people in my life don't recognize that person. They still see the spicy brassy from
Yeah.
5 years ago, from 6 years ago, and when I present myself and speak and do things as this seasoned Bryce, they don't receive it as
Hmm.
this. They receive it as what I was.
Yeah.
And again, maybe that is God, maybe that is the thing, maybe that really is the universe telling me, you've grown. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, on this journey, it makes me a little emotional because it's like, unfortunately, it's like on this journey that I am right now, this person is not meant to go on that journey with me. And that makes me sad because I am a lover. I feel
Absolutely.
like friendships and relationships for me are very important. And I don't ever want to let them go. But I feel like in this situation, there is nothing that I can do. And I have to, at the end of the day,
Hmm.
period, I'm going to go on this journey for myself. I'm going to go wherever this journey goes. So I choose me ultimately. And yeah,
And that's just a symptom of getting, I think, just like getting older, becoming more mature. And it's like we're in that phase of everything right now, you know what I'm saying? And having to have people kind of like accept and allow where we are, not where they think that we are, to keep us in a specific place in their mind that they've always kept us, when that's not really what the give is. And I find it very ironic that the last card that popped up is the solitude card. And I know that we've seen this card multiple times before, and normally, when you think of solitude, you think about just like being with yourself. But I really, as we see on the specific card here, we see she's reading a book. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is all about like self study. What does it mean for you to study yourself in the month of July? What does it mean for you to know yourself in the month of July? What does it mean for you to be with yourself in the month of July? And how do you share all of what we just talked about? I feel like is a perfect encapsulation of like, if I could put the 2023 into like a 10-15 minute little snippet, like this is perfect for that. And it's just like, does everybody else have the access to understanding that? You feel what I'm saying? I think that this may be the time where you take that time for yourself to sit with yourself, so that way the other people around you can, you know, be present with you in that, if they are deserving of being there. If they can't do it, then they got to dip. And that's that, period.
okay. Yes.
That's all we got. But to recap, because I don't want to make this super long, we are looking for ourselves to kind of pull ourselves out of the dark, pull ourselves into the light, okay, and get ourselves in a space of hopefulness. We know that we've experienced some emotional loss or some sort of feeling that has been making us go into our emotional shell, making us overthink, making us feel very stressed out in the brain. And the only way for you to overcome that is with sitting with yourself, sharing with other people what may be going on with yourself, a season of self study. That's the
Mm.
ticket right there. This summer is a season of self study. Do you know you the way that you think other people do? Period.
Yes. Talk about you a little rusty coming on here, reading deep into my soul. Okay.
She still got it whenever she wants to. You know, when it turns on, it's like a little light switch. It's like she off for the first 5 minutes, but then she click on it and be like, bing. So there you go.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, we truly thank you. I thank you so much for this month's Purple Pants podcast, Premonitions. Before we go, where can the people find you if they just want to send you some encouragement, some love? What have you been working on? What have you been up to? Let us know before we go.
I was gonna say, if you want to holla at me, you can just email me, gangstergurry@gmail.com. Right now I'm in a period of what I want to call it. It's like a period of reprieve. I'm in a period of silence. So I'm working on a couple of things right now, but like keeping it very close to the chest. Life is pivoting. We'll just say it like that. So when I decide to pop back out, let's just put it like this. She's been doing a lot of the work for herself. when she's ready to come back out for the world, you know what I'm saying, give her world debut in this new iteration, then she'll let y'all know.
Well, listen, you heard it here first. This
Okay.
has been your July Purple Pants Premonitions.
Purple Pants, it's the Purple Pants podcast. You better get your headphones and listen up quick. Woo. It's the Purple Pants podcast. Don't listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Woo. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine.